So here's the $1,000,000 question. Are you ready to retire? In this video, I'll share 4 tasks that you'll want to check off before you are ready. Calculate how much you'll need. What does retirement look like to you? Does it look like your life now? Does it look like something different? What you'll want to do is start with a budget. Think about what your expenses will be and how much you'll need to cover those expenses. Just be sure to remember, you don't want to just get by in retirement, you want to live and do all those things that you've dreamed about doing. So make sure you build that into the budget, and from there work backwards into how much you need to be saving. So that leads me to, what are your income sources? In retirement, income has to come from somewhere. Start with your fixed sources, things like Social Security or a pension. These are areas or income streams that you can count on. From there, you'll want to figure out that gap between your fixed income and your income need, because this is where your retirement nest egg comes into the picture. You can then take that gap and make sure that it has enough to be taking out regular income from your investments. Don't forget about healthcare. Healthcare is a big expense in retirement if you don't plan appropriately. Make sure you look at your employer's coverage and see if it goes with you in retirement. As a university employee, there's a good chance that a portion, if not all of your healthcare expenses will still be covered. There's also Medicare. So there's different healthcare options for you in retirement, but make sure that you're planning it out accordingly. Another thing which is becoming a much bigger factor in retirement is long-term care expenses. Nowadays, long-term care looks much different. More people are opting to stay in their homes and receive care. Maybe it's just minor care, but these costs can rack up very quickly. So you also want to be thinking about what long-term care expenses may look like for you and planning accordingly. Write your next chapter. So what does this mean? Often as a university employee, you're so focused on getting to retirement and doing all the planning necessary to make sure you get there safely and that it's sustainable. But what often gets overlooked in my experience is what you're going to do to fill your days in retirement. How are you going to keep your mind engaged? What are you going to do to make sure that you're fulfilling all those dreams that you had for yourself before walking out the door for that last time? Maybe it's doing some art, watching grandkids, traveling more. All of these are great items. But what you want to do is make sure that you know what it looks like for you in your situation. So that way you can do everything you set out to do. Hopefully these 4 tips have you better prepared to answer that question of whether you're ready to retire. If you're left with questions or want more information, that's okay. You don't have to do this alone. I'm here to help you with any of your specific questions about your retirement to make sure that you're able to get on that track and live the lifestyle that you want in retirement.